Hi friends, this is my first video in direct taxation. Now we will discuss salary. There are sections which has been classified into three segments. One is the chargeability section, second is the definition section, and third is the exemption sections. Section 15, on what basis salary will be chargeable to tax. And after that there is a deduction. Two deductions are provided. One is entertainment allowance, second is profession tax. Then the definition area: what is salary, what is perquisite, what is profit in lieu of salary. Then various exemptions: HRA, leave travel concession, voluntary retirement and separations. So let us discuss first section 15, chargeability. What is chargeability? That means on what basis salary will be chargeable to tax. There should be required some basis, or what point of time salary could be chargeable to tax. Let us see what is written in the box. Any amount due to or received by an employee, including the arrear of salary from an employer or former employer, and falling within the purview of meaning of salary, shall be chargeable to tax. This is a definition. By plain reading, it is not likely to understand the depth of the definition. This means salary will be chargeable to tax on due basis or receipt basis, whichever is earlier. This definition means what point of time, there is a point of time concept, what point of time salary will be chargeable to tax. When passing of the time, we will reach a particular point where salary could be required to be taxed. So what point of time salary will be chargeable to tax? It is on due basis. Due means right to receive or liability to settle. Receipt means the actual receipt. In accounting, there are two concepts: accrual basis of concept and cash basis of concept. So first is dealt with accrual basis of concept. Due basis is from the accrual basis of concept. Receipt basis is the cash basis concept in accounting terminology. So if the salary is received, actually received, which is fall first, which is come first, that event is coming first, then salary is required to be taxed. If due come first, then salary should be chargeable to tax. I will give you one example. In case of Kingfisher company, we might be know the company has run into the crisis, even they has made default in making payment of salary, making payment of service tax. Actually the pilots and ground crews and the lot of personals were not received the salary. But in that case, they have not received the salary, but salary is due to them. So on that case, it will be chargeable to tax on due basis, even if employee has not received the salary, also liable to pay the tax, irrespective of the fact that Kingfisher company has run into a crisis and their pilots and other staffs were not received the salary is not material. On that case, it will be chargeable to tax on due basis. And I will give you one more example. Second example: if you are receiving advance salary, you have not rendered any service, and as such you don't have a right to receive the salary. Actually, when you perform the work, then only you will get a right to receive salary. So in the second case, even if you don't have right to receive the salary, also chargeable to tax on receipt basis, advance salary. So this is the concept which is dealing with point of time. What point of time salary could be chargeable to tax? When the time passing on the due point, you have to charge tax on due point. Or the time is passing in an advance basis and your needle is touching into the receipt, salary should be chargeable to tax on receipt basis. So simple concept, time, point of time concept, what point of time, which event is coming first, you have to require to deduct tax on based on the events. Second, there are the conditions. What are the conditions for charging salary to the tax? What are the conditions required? Following three conditions are mentioned here. There should require an employer and employee relationship. This is called the relationship theory. Place of accruals, year of chargeability. So first concept, employer and employee relationship. We know the relationships happens between two people. Here also relationship has happened between two people. And what format of relationship between two people? There is a relationship between employer and employee. That is the format of relationship. Relationship is between two people and the format of relationship is employer and employee relationship. Then it is given in the past or given in the present, whatever it may be. So first point is the relationship concept. They require the relationship as employer and employee. Why such relationship? It is because employer can make maximum control over employee as to what should be done and in what manner the work has to be done. That complete controllability is on this relationship and it is called contract of service, where the employer exercises a control of high degree. That is called contract of service. It is a byproduct of the relationship. The relationship have a product and that product is contract of service, where employer dominate with respect to what has to be done and in what manner it has to be done. Then the difference between contract of service and contract for service. The difference has been given where is main based on the effective control. One case effective control is exist and the second case effective concept is not existence. So employment can be classified. See, the relationship can be present or can be in past. It may be full time or it may be a part time. So two bases we have to understood. Here also have a timing concept. It may be either present or either past. It may be not necessary for a full-time basis. It may be a full-time basis relationship or part-time basis relationship. Housemaid, for an example of housemaid, she is not necessary to serve one particular house. She might be have many house where she have in an employment. I was a teacher in past where I was taking the tuition in home. So in one day I could have many classes, many places, many houses. So the basis need not necessarily be a part-time basis, need not necessarily be a full-time basis. Relationship should exist between past and present. Then some general point, director of the company Y, MLA and NP, Advocate General, Judge remuneration. I will share these notes for you. Already shared the notes also. This is the first note I have prepared before entering into the audit. So those who require these notes, I will provide you these notes. Chargeability section has been mentioned in the chart. Salary is chargeable to tax on due basis or receipt basis, whichever is earlier. We just discussed the example. Advance salary is chargeable to tax on receipt basis and arrear of salary is chargeable to tax on due basis. The example I just has given you. The example just I have given you. Due basis, Vijay Mallya example. Receipt basis, advance salary. Next is which place of accrual. We are living in India. So salary should be received in India. Service should be rendered in India or deemed to be rendered in India. What is this deeming provision? I will give you one example of Team India have a bowling coach from Pakistan. The bowling coach is from Pakistan. Team India is not playing in India, not only always playing in India. They might play in the subcontinent like Australia or Sharjah, West Indies. Many places they are going for tour. In that case, Team India and India have a business connection. Even if the bowling coach is providing the service outside India also deemed to be the service rendered in India, and that is the deeming provision. Next is a definition. What is salary? Wages, annuity or pension. Wages means you are doing a manual work. It is a compensation for manual work. If you are doing a manual work, you will get wages, and if you are doing some technical kind of work, you will get the salary. And we might be learned this example in final accounts. Wages and salary, where should be account? Salary and wages, where should be account? Annuity and pension. Annually once you receive some retirement benefit, that is called annuity. Pension means a monthly amount out of your pension fund. Gratuity is showing a gratitude if you have served for a continuous period. What period it is? Continuous period of 5 years. Then when you retire or you take VRS, that moment, that is also a point of time concept, you will receive gratuity. Then other incidental kind of nature of payment from employer and employee. Any fee, commission, perquisite, profit in lieu of salary, advance salary, arrear of salary, leave encashment of salary, then provident fund, credit to the provident fund, employer contribution in excess of 12%, interest 9.5%, then the transfer to the provident fund salary. Next, our main core discussion is what is a profit in lieu of salary. In lieu, substitution of salary, receiving something from employer and employee. First, terminal compensation. Any compensation due to or received by an assessee from his employer or the former employer in connection with following: termination of employment and modification of terms of employment. I have served a company where 10 years I have served, and it is very difficult to get a job. So at the time of, this is the reason our termination was a reason of our misconduct, or due to the business crisis of the organization, sometimes the termination maybe happens. In the Saudi Arabia or the Oman or the country like GCC nowadays, they are giving priority to their national people to give employment, and as a result of that there occur a lot of termination of employment, contract being cancelled or modifying the terms of contract of employment to the way which is not favorable to the employee. So this is one point. In that connection, any compensation is received by the employee from his employer or past employer, it is also fall under the concept of profit in lieu of salary. Then payment from unrecognized provident fund to the recognized provident fund. Any amount due to or received by an assessee, same word, from his employer or his former employer under any fund to the extent to which it does not consisting of contribution or interest. See, provident fund is based on the contribution. Once we contributed, the fund become accumulated, and on an yearly basis that accumulated value will be attract the interest concept. Anything out of this nature, any amount out of this nature will also be termed as profit in lieu of salary. Only two type of payments are allowed. One is the contribution to the fund. If it is not a contribution, not an interest on the accumulated fund, then the Keyman insurance policies, any payment due to or received by an assessee from a fund under Keyman insurance policy means I am a key managerial person. As per Companies Act also you might be learned who is a key managerial person holding a substantial position in the organization. For an example, Anil Ambani is holding an important positions in the Reliance company. So in that case, any key man insurance policy is taken, and when the policy is matured, it will be received to that person concerned. Then any amount due to or received, whether in lump sum or in otherwise, in connection with following: lump sum or monthly or whatever. Before joining, this is also a point of concept. I am joining in a big company in a Bangalore. So before I joining the employment, I have to spend 1 month for getting an accommodation. So I am taking some money. So the company is offering me some money at free of cost till getting an accommodation. They're giving me an amount which is not repayable. So these are the matters which will cover under session 15. And now we are moving towards what are the deductions. There are two deductions provided. One is entertainment allowance and second one pertains to the profession tax. Entertainment allowance, who can claim this deduction? Only government servant can claim the deduction. Only government can claim the deduction. That is to some rules has been given based on that. This means non-government private employees entertainment allowance are fully taxable. We might be know many staffs working in the government such as the secretary of the PM, chief ministers PMs are traveling many places, so they incurring additional cost if they doing a traveling. So in their case it is exempted to the list of the following: rupees 5,000 rupees, 1/5 of basic salary, or actual entertainment allowance received, whichever is lower, then that will be chargeable to tax. For an example, my basic salary is 10,000 rupees, then what will be the deduction? Rupees 5,000, 20% of 10,000, which is 2,000, and I received an actual entertainment allowance of 6,000 rupees. Three situations: 5,000, 2,000, and actually 6,000. List is 2,000, which will be chargeable to tax. Then the profession tax is a tax paid to the local authority. In an year, an amount should not exceed 2,500. Maximum amount has been mentioned. As a profession, I am holding a teacher and chartered accountant in a jurisdiction of a particular corporation or municipality. By virtue of conducting such service in their jurisdiction, I am obliged to pay the tax. That is called profession tax. If a building is located in the jurisdiction, we have to pay the building tax. And like the same with the land tax also. If a land pertains to a particular area, then you are required to pay the land tax also. So two deductions we have discussed now. The two deductions are entertainment allowance. Two deductions are entertainment allowance and profession tax. So this is a basic overview of salary. This is a basic overview of salary. And thank you for watching this small video and have a nice day ahead.